came to Indianapolis as its first principal, I was spending probably more time, besides the hot lunches, which was really the key to the success of the school. We'll talk about that at the appropriate time. I spent a great deal of time teaching. Is the 8th grade in this room? Where is the 8th grade? So I'm going to talk to you, and I'll let your parents and the guests in the community kind of eavesdrop, because it's really about you. It's for you, but I need the adults to listen to this as well. This is really quite important, in my humble opinion. I'm very grateful to be here. I want to thank the school and the founders and those with the foresight to invite me back at the 40th anniversary, because I'm not sure I'll be here at the 80th, or I'm not sure even about the 50th. People in my business don't have exactly the longest track records or longevities, as you can imagine. The last time people saw me, I had a beard. That was about 44 board meetings ago. In the meantime, I'd like the 8th grade to know that it's just about a week since you returned back to Indianapolis Hoosier reality. You had a chance to see the reality of a country fighting for its existence even after more than 60 years. It's even more amazing that whether we should teach Ivrit or teach Ivrit is still a controversial question, more than some 60 years away after the founding of the State of Israel. But such is the Jewish people and the Jewish community, and it didn't start in Hoosier land for sure. I am, at this point, wanting to express to you, the parents and the students, and I'm talking about those that go back some 40 years, as well as those currently. And my dear 8th grade, listen to this carefully, because this is about you. For giving me the opportunity to be here for 8 years, to hire the first teachers, to develop the first menu, and along with the president of the school at that time, who for the moment go nameless, audition, inspect, and entertain the idea of the Hebrew Academy's first school bus, which was driven daintily and gently down Hoover Road. And after that point, spent many a month in rehab with a clutch that never lasted more than 4 weeks. It has given me the opportunity to know what family, what mishpacha is, to know what men and women are. And I'm here at a very, very auspicious and very monumental time. Today is the 18th day of the month of Iyar. My dear 8th grade, you were privileged to be in Israel during the week of independence, and you saw what Am Yisrael means, what Eretz Yisrael means to many millions of people. Dear 8th grade, you had a chance to see Israel at its best and at its worst, and even attend a session at the Knesset. So you know what debate is, and you know what sorrows is, and you know what tension is in machloket, and you know what the essence of Jewish survival is, not being reticent. It's the 40th year. Rabbi Hastings referred to the concept of 40 in Jewish lore and Jewish tradition, Jewish history. 40 years of the great psalmist King David remarked, Arba'im shana bamidbar, akut bamidbar. I was very concerned, King David says about God. Am toei levav, a nation that was difficult to manage. Vehem lo yadu derachai. And that was the purpose, really, in my opinion, of why the Hebrew Academy of Indianapolis, now the Hastings Hebrew Academy of Indianapolis, was made to appear in this city. It came at a crucial time. It came at a time when some great leaders, I won't go into specifically, you'll find out in a few minutes who said this, referred to the city as a loch. A loch is the ultimate hole that really seems to be impenetrable, to be a lost cause, but we must remember that our dear Joseph was in the pits, was in a loch, and from that loch came out to be the future, the dynastic future of the Messianic era, and to be the reason that we celebrated just a week ago, Pesach Sheni, a second Passover for those who said, Lama Nigara, why shouldn't we have a day school? Lama Nigara, why should we be penalized? Lama Nigara, why should we lose the chance for Passover if we were busy on the way? I must tell you, I came to Indianapolis several days ago. When I left Indianapolis, the idea of the Indianapolis Colts was just a figment of imagination. To rob Baltimore of that name was considered sacrilege. And here the Colts are still, I believe they're still here, they are still here. I'm from Cleveland, and you saw a Cleveland sweatshirt on there. We'll talk about Cleveland at the appropriate time. I'm glad that it's being broadcasted here on screen with the Cleveland JCC logo. From Elazar, Israel, which is just down the street from where I live in Alam Shput. And the Haitian tradition has a recognition of the importance of Cleveland. I'm a product of Cleveland, a product of a rabbi who was a principal of a school for some 70 years. How do you like that? I don't know of anybody with such a track record. He happens to be the son of Rabbi Eliyahu Dessler. The famous Eliyahu Dessler was the son of a very, very prominent author who wrote about Jewish ethic, talking about sacrifice, and they were so scared. How can you have a day school, Mr. Epstein, in this city? What about Americanism? What about patriotism? What about supporting the public schools? What about the fact that it won't be a critical mass? It'll be just a few kids. Those few kids absolutely mesmerized Menachem Begin when he came to this community to see children memorizing and reciting flawlessly the Song of Moses. But more importantly, a certain John Lynn, the head of Lilly Endowment, or one of the chief foundation supervisors who made decisions as to which schools or which institutions or which cultural organizations should get support in 1971, it was unheard of that a Jewish school should get not only $5, but thousands of dollars. When this school was awarded this grant by the Lilly Foundation, it was because of the fact that John Lennon was a religious individual and who was in cahoots, shall we say, with Landrum Bowling, the outgoing president of Earlham College. People were mesmerized and astounded that children in the second and third grade had a bilingual understanding and a bicultural sensitivity to living in this world. And because of that, the school gained prominence so that within a week, every organization in New York said, Epstein, what's going on? How did you get such a grant? How is it possible that Lilly Endowment never known to support these kinds of institutions? So thank God, I come back 40 years later and there's a wonderful cultural center again with the admiration. We have nothing to be ashamed of in this community about what a Jewish school can provide for the community, what recognition the Jewish people of this city can feel secure about in terms of why that people look up to this striving for excellence, this feeling of pride. The children, even in 1971, felt the difference. They were proud of the difference. They wanted to be different because they felt pride in that difference. And that difference comes together on this day of Lag BaOmer when the students of Rabbi Akiva are remembered for once again building the community amongst themselves for respect, for dignity, after experiencing very, very difficult times. Yud Chet is the word for 18, and tonight we're celebrating Chai, which is the reversal of Yud Chet. The two families that represent Chai Awards, Chai Lifetime Achievement, are the brothers Haston and their lovely wives. I'm reminded that when Hebrew Academy started some 41 years ago, it was the case that it wasn't just a man's operation. It was sisterhood with their presidents strove for the organization of a Greyhound that came off of Hoover Road, and I'm sure the husbands were thrilled when the wives came back that very night from Chicago with thousands of dollars of shopping and thousands of dollars of profit in the sisterhood tills, which helped all those special events and helped